Hello friends, in this video we'll talk about how to do the SSIS packages migration in the approach 2 or method 2. In the previous video I talked about in one way how to do the packages. If you want to do the packages from one server to other server but the version is same, then how to do I talked about in the previous video. But in this video, I am going to talk about how to do the SSIS package migrations from one version to one version. So what is my scenario is, so my server 1 or source server, assume it source server or server 1, whatever it is. Okay, source server of containing version of SQL 2012, SSIS 2012. Okay, and to which version I am planning to migrate my packages. That is important. So I am planning to migrate my packages from SSIS 2012 to SSIS 2016 or SSIS 2017. Both are the same. Okay, so let me write down here target server. Okay, so SQL 2016. Okay, SSIS 2016. So there is not much difference between SSIS 2016 and 2017. Okay, so this is my requirement in this video. I'll clearly talk about how to do this. But before going to talk about the migration, how to identify is your package is in 2012 or 2016. I simply gave you the package like this. So how do you know? So this is of package of 2016 or 2017 or 2008 or 2012. Simply telling us integration services package. It was not talking about it. Then how to talk about is how to identify is that package is of which version. So SSIS indirectly tells us the version in the XML code. I'll show you where you can see it. So assume it there was a tag in the XML code. So the name of the tag is package format version. So package format version. So if my package is of 2012, so then what would be the version of it is 6. If my package is of 2016, what would be the version of package format version is 8. The same number is for 2017 as well. That is the reason why I am talking about there is not much difference between 2016 and 2017. See, apart from this, you have some build numbers as well. So you will be having build number as well. So last modified version or something like that. So you can see. So if the package is of 2012, then so what is your build number is 11. Okay, so if the package is of 2016, then obviously the number will be more than 11. Okay, so package is of 2016, so like your number might be around some 14 or 15, something like that. Okay, it's a build number. So what kind of build you have, either major latest build or like a minor previous build or something like that. Okay, but major identification factor is for us is package format version. Okay, so this is how we identify either is your package is in 2012 or 2016 or 2005. Then you might ask a question like, so what is my package version if my SSIS is 2005? If you have such 2005 package which needs to be migrated to 2016 or 12 or some version, the package format version at that time in 2005 is 2. Okay, so this is how you identify it. I'll show you practically how to do that. Okay, so just to show you this example, so I just created one small basic example in 2012 and make sure that that package is running. Okay, and that is deployed. So let me show you the package. So here let's not concentrate on what package is doing. Here the concentration is to do the migrations. Okay, so then the first point is, so how to identify the package format version. So let us see, this is the package. Make sure that that is running. Let's run this, execute the package. Again I am telling you, let's not concentrate on what package is doing. package is running successfully. It is moving some rows from source to target. That's it. Okay, so now let's come back. How to identify the version is, so let's right click on any of the package, click on view code. So once we can click on view code, so you will see the XML code like this. So maybe in the first 15th or 20th lines, if you observe very closely, you will be having a tag with the name of package format version. So the number is 6 here. So as mentioned earlier, so if the package number is 6, it means that is SSIS 2012 version. Okay, so now this 2012 version package is running here, so which has been deployed in the server. As you can see here, let me show you this. See, I have multiple versions of this. Let's not concentrate much on it here. See, this is my SQL Server 2012. This is my SSIS 2012. Okay, if you see here, so I have deployed the package into data loads folder. Okay, so it is of integration services instance. Under the data loads folder, I deployed here, and I created a job here. Okay, let's quickly come here. You can see here, this is a job. SSIS 20. I just created a job. Let's not talk about much on the names. If you see, this is the package is yes. Okay, if you see the deployed package is of data loads and all, it's pointing. And if I run it, let me run it and make sure that it is running job. Ideally, we do the migration. Okay, let me run it. Let's not the history. Okay, let it run. It's very quick job. It succeeded. Yeah, you can see it. How many runs you have here. So it ran 2 times, and you can see the timing as well. It took 1 second, something like that. Okay, so this is how it runs now. Okay, now if you really see it, it recently ran at 4:25 p.m. That's it. Okay, so this just completed now. So then we are in the 2012. Now how to migrate to 2016 or 2017? Okay, so ideally the best way of doing in this scenario is, so let's download all the packages from the integration services server and then upgrade it. So then how to download it? Is there any easiest way? Yeah, there are multiple ways of downloading it. Okay, just before talking about 2016 or 2017 migration, just download all the packages, right click and export the package, and select the location and download here. So that is the one way of doing that. The otherwise, so let's directly open SSDT 2017 or 2016, whatever the version you have. I have SSDT 2017. So just come here and go to create a new project. So keep where the location. So I'm simply keeping a SSIS 2016 or something like that. Okay. So migration. So click on OK. So it's an empty project as of now. So once yeah, this project is ready. So now by default you will get like this, all this. So the Solution Explorer bit little different of SSIS 2017 onwards. You will be having some Azure related stuff as well. Okay, so now let's directly download the packages from SSIS servers to this server if you have access. If you do not have access, just download there in the server and copy and paste here. So now what I'm doing is, since I have all the SSIS and the server hosted on the same machine, I can directly download the package from that server to the solution. So how to do it is, let me show you quickly here. So add the existing package here in the file system, select the package store, come here, package store this, click here. Okay, so one quick thing is, so I need to do the this one. So let me do that way. Otherwise, I need to do some little settings, but let me do the file system here. So I already downloaded some time back. So let's quickly paste here, and in the desktop I downloaded, and this is the package. Okay, if you want, I can show you the version of this later. Let's click on open. So once you click on open, please observe very carefully. Okay, so once you click on OK, so please observe very carefully. Sometimes you might ask you to say yes or no for the upgradation, or sometimes it automatically upgrades based on the settings of the Visual Studio or SSIS. Let's click on OK now. So once you click on OK, you got the message saying that succeeded in upgrading the package. It means that package has been upgraded to the current version of SSIS, because I opened this SSIS package in the SSIS 2016. That is the reason why it automatically upgraded. If you have any issues, it will show you saying that these are the migration issues. Now let's open this. So as a developer, because this is a very basic and simple package, you might not see much difference. Okay, but in the real time you might be having like a 4 to 5 big containers and all. You might see a little difference in migrating, or it might take some time. Okay, so but as a developer, since it's a very basic package, you might not see. But let me show you the package format version now. Right click and view code. Observe very carefully. Yes, here if you see, the package format version is 8. If earlier if you see, the package format version is 6. Now can I deploy this package into the SSIS 2016 instance? Of course yes, because the package is already migrated. Now you might have a question. So can I directly deploy 2012 package in the 2016 instance of SSIS? See, it depends. Like if it is a very basic, it might work, but 100% let's not do that. Let's migrate it, then deploy it. So now my package is ready. So because it's already migrated. Okay. So now let's run it. If you want to test it before doing the my deployment, let's do it once. See, this is the best way of doing it when you are doing the version upgradation. But in the previous video, I did the same version. Server 1 has the same version, server 2 has the same version. So that's how, in that scenario, that is the best way of doing it. But when you are doing a version upgradation, so this is how you need to do it. Compulsory, let's upgrade each and every package and deploy again in the new instance. Now my package is ready, which is running successfully. Let's come here. Now let's minimize this and let's expand this. This is my SQL Server 2016 or SSIS 2016 instance. So now let me upgrade it. Sorry, not upgrade. So already the package has already been deployed. Sorry, package has already been upgraded. Let me deploy this. Create folder. Let me make it as what I say, data loads, something like that. Okay, so let's create a data loads folder. Yeah, the folder is ready under the projects. So let's upload the import the packages. So where exactly the package is now? Okay, let me, otherwise I can do even this way also. So let me see the package location where it is, because I kept a general location. I may not be able to remember that. Yeah, let's come here and just browse it. Next. Yeah, how many packages are there? Obviously you can see there are 2 packages are there. Okay, let's select this. So click on next. That's okay. One or more packages are selected and not ready. Review the status column. 1 second. Yeah, okay. So that method is giving some mistake. Let me do this way. So right click on it, right click on the package and deploy the package. So when you say the deploy the package, you will get a widget like this. Let's click on next. So it will ask you for the SQL Server SSIS Azure Data Factory. Currently I don't have that factory. So let's click on next. So where do you want to deploy it? I as this is correct actually. Let's click on next, and you need to do the so I have Windows authentication. So once you select the Windows authentication, let's click on connect. Once you click on connect, so you can select the path, so wherever you want to deploy it. So I want to deploy on this. So under the folder, let's create a new project. So let me create SSIS 2016, something like that, whatever the name I want. Okay, so let it come. So once the project is ready, so then you can select and click on OK. Yes, select that, click on OK, and let's click on next, and let's click on deploy it. Since it's a one package, it will be ready in seconds actually. So now let's just refresh it. This package is ready here. Okay, so now let's create a job here. Okay, so the package is ready and deployed in SSIS 2016. Now let's create a new job. Click on new job, and now SSIS 2016. I'm just simply creating the name, whatever the, it doesn't matter to the name, just for us identifying what the purpose of the job. So let's select this job, select the type as integration services package. Agent is fine, and you can select the catalog here. So in the catalog, so here this is my catalog only. So under the catalog, my packages are there in 2016 instance, and select this package path. Here you can see data loads 2016 package. Click OK. OK. Yeah, so the package is linked. So now that's done. I'm not trying to keep the schedule now. I'm okay. So once it is ready, so now let's come here. You can see the job which has been created, this one. Let's run this. So that's how we perform SSIS migrations from one version to the other version. So in the next video, there are multiple ways of doing the migrations here. So we'll be talking about what is the best way of doing, and we will be seeing those approaches one by one. So that's all about it. So if you have any questions, please keep your question in the comment section. I'll try to answer as soon as possible. Also follow me on Facebook for more technical updates. Thank you for watching.